Seneca Falls Town Board meeting. Could you do a roll call, please, of the members?
Councilwoman Dyson?
Here.
Councilwoman Leskowski?
Here.
Councilman Pilara?
Here.
Councilman Seneca?
Here.
And Supervisor Schmitter?
Here.
Thank you.
Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please. I have one presentation. It's an email from Michelle Osterhardt, who lives on Pump House Road in Seneca Falls. She asked me to read this at the meeting. It says, why does 2133 Lake Road, Seneca Falls, continue to run an illegal marijuana business, violating town codes? The land is state of New York land and not a reservation. I have attended many town board meetings, spoke with prior town supervisors to resolve their issues with no success. How would anyone on this town board or police department have this business next door to their house? It is disgusting. The place is out of sight and mind for most Seneca Falls residents. We on Pump House Road feel our home values decreased, but taxes were raised. I need answers why this place is allowed to run. Thank you. Okay, next up on any petitioners? Anyone want to speak? Okay, privilege of the floor?
Mark.
Someone's on the agenda.
Okay, well, we're doing petitions first. So, yeah, go ahead and speak.
I tried.
Mark, can you make sure that microphone's out, please?
I think it's on. Good evening, Supervisor Schmitter, Town Manager Soja. I spelled your name right this time, I promise. And members of the Seneca Falls Town Board. My name is Mark Petitioner, and I'm speaking tonight on behalf of Bill Lutz and the Waterloo Container Company. Since we last spoke to this board at the March board meeting, odors from the Seneca Meadows landfill have only continued to be a problem for area businesses and residents. In the month of March, both landfill officials and the town zoning officials confirmed odor on site at Waterloo Container. This odor occurred on several occasions and entered into our buildings as well. Odor issues are clearly still a problem for Seneca Meadows, and they remain a problem for Waterloo Container. There is no mitigation of this odor taking place, still. We need this board to have Seneca Meadows mitigate the problems they have created. This town board needs to rely on the veracity of the complaints and vote to deny Seneca Meadows their operating permit due to the fact that they are violating the town code of Seneca Falls, and issue no permit until the code is not violated. The odors are always well beyond the property line of use of the landfill and are affecting these businesses and residents all throughout the Seneca Falls area. This is a violation of Seneca Falls Town Code 300-26B. Quote, odor, no use within any district, shall emit an odor that is unreasonably offensive as measured at the property line of use, end quote, excuse me. Waterloo Container, along with some of the other largest employers in your town and county, implore this board to hold Seneca Meadows to a greater level of accountability. Please, use your authority and power given to you. As sworn officers under oath, it is your duty to enforce the town codes and the host agreement to make area businesses like Seneca Meadows comply with the town codes. It's your duty to uphold these town codes. All of this should be done to protect the health, safety, and well-being of your residents. As a reminder, Waterloo Container is located across the street from Seneca Meadows. When there's bad odor, we are the first ones hit. We employ over 85 people. It is often unknown what is in the odorous air we breathe from the landfills, so we look to the experts. I really need the board to take this to heart. The Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry states, quote, Landfill gas odors are produced by bacterial and chemical processes that emanate both from active and closed landfills. These odors migrate to the surrounding community, and sources of landfill odors include sulfides, ammonia, and certain MMOCs. Landfill odors contain hydrogen sulfide, ammonia benzene, dichloroethylene, ethylbenzene, toluene, trichloroethylene, tetrachloroethylene, and vinyl chloride, just to name a few. But let's pick one. Trichloroethylene, for example. Please know that in Seneca Meadows' annual reports, trichloroethylene is listed as an actual emission. From the Agency of Toxic Substances and Disease Registry again, quote, a recent analysis of available epidemiological studies reports trichloroethylene exposure over long periods of time to be associated with several types of cancers in humans, especially kidney, liver, cervix, and lymphoma. End quote. Please, do not be blinded by public relations and financial campaigns. Uphold the town codes and protect the health and safety and well-being of the businesses and residents of Seneca Falls when you make these decisions. This permit should not be issued. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other petitioners? Yes.
Mark, do you have a copy?
State your name and address, please.
Thank you.
I'm Dominica Catalano. I live at 73 State Street, Seneca Falls. I guess it was March 7th. I wrote an email to board members regarding an odor complaint. As to date, I haven't received any information, any emails from anyone except Jackson, who asked me if I filled out a, oh, Melissa, what do you call that thing? Affidavit, yeah, which I did. And I wasn't exactly sure what happens next, but I guess since I wrote my complaint and I was very annoyed because it was a horrible smell and it truly did make me sick, I thought that somebody would respond. So, and I'm also wondering if maybe you did respond by sending a, I guess acknowledging or letting the dump know that.
I responded and gave it to Peter as well as to Kyle.
Oh, you did?
I did. Yes.
To me?
To Kyle and Peter.
Okay, but I was under the impression that when a complaint comes in, that the board is supposed to be sending a citation?
That
Because,
goes to the zoning.
okay,
Yep, so when they come in, I send Seneca Meadows a notice, and then I process the paperwork and I give it to the court, and then the court will do what they have to do with it until they issue a court date for the violation.
oh, okay, so they don't actually get the violation until the court, until.
No, they receive a violation letter,
Okay,
and they did for that specific date.
and I did receive the letter from the dump that always says they didn't smell anything. So I do have that. So I appreciate that you did that here, thank you. But I do feel because the smells are still there, I mean, you don't want, I don't think people calling every single day, but I don't think you should be issuing that permit until the dump is able to mitigate those smells, because they're awful. Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Good evening. My name is Robert Mansell. I live at 16 Boston Avenue.
Robert, can you just wait 1 second? Let's get it when I get a picture, okay? Thank you.
And he's out in the meantime.
Unless you have a red statement, do you have a copy for her too? If you,
No, I don't have
okay, then
a copy for it.
let's let her, wait for her then, please.
What was the address? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
16 Boston.
Okay, Robert, thank you.
Thank you.
Start over, go from,
Yeah, what's our argument, okay?
my name's Robert Mansell, I live at 16 Boston Avenue. My wife is a current employee of the Highway Department. Handed out pictures of recent snow event on March 23rd. And there's also pictures from last year on the 13th of March. And my issue is with how the roads are being plowed. I'm a 24-year employee of the village, so I know that these streets should look better than they do. And the main reason for that is so first responders' response times are not hindered. The second reason is to get the snow off the streets so the catch basins are open so you don't end up with flooding. I'm not blaming, like I said, I've taken pitch photos all through the town. It's not the same, I'm not picking on the employees, the plow drivers. This falls back on the superintendent. It's his job to go around and make sure stuff's done properly. And I asked the board, when they see these pictures, if that's acceptable to them. Second, I'd like to address some responses that Jeremy had online. He stated, he
I'd rather
apologized.
not, if you have something about a personnel nature, that'd be something that you could come to my office and we could talk about something. I don't want anyone here being talked about publicly.
That's fine.
We will look into this matter.
Like I said,
Can you just point out a few things on those pictures specifically, just so I can have a better understanding? I want to know exactly what you
so you can
mean.
see the curb lines and the snow's 30 inches off it. And if you look on one of the pictures, you can see where the snow is melting.
So you're referencing like the sidewalks, all those different things as well?
Well, yeah, well, when you plow, you clean the intersections. You don't
Okay.
just go up and down, because
Yep.
then you end up with intersections that look like that.
Okay.
And like as I already said, it's first responders. I want to know, will the town's insurance cover that? If there's an issue, someone loses a house, or God forbid a life, does that fall back on the superintendent, or does that fall on under the town's insurance?
That'd be a question for the attorneys. I appreciate your input though, Robert. Thank you. Anyone else for privilege on the floor?
Good evening, everyone. My name's Laura Bennett, and I live at 1841 Auburn Road, Seneca Falls. I just recently moved here, and I totally enjoy it. It's a beautiful, beautiful village. I really applaud everybody's efforts in keeping Seneca Falls beautiful. I put a post on Facebook recently, and I've talked to a number of people. One thing that I think that Seneca Falls is lacking is a dog park. Everybody is out walking their dogs and everything, so when I put that on there, people started responding. So they said, they gave me thumbs up. There was like tons of people that gave me thumbs up. Then there was a lot of people that contributed comments and made suggestions of places that could be considered for this to be done. I actually heard from the highway superintendent. He said that he would work hand in hand with Parks and Recreations to make something like this happen. And we could all work together. There's people that just want to pitch in and help on their own. So I just thought that maybe it was something that the board could possibly consider. I do have recommendations of sites and things like that we would like people to look at.
Do you have a copy for the board?
I can make a copy and bring it. I didn't know I had to do that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No,
Just-
she's
you
talking
don't have
about
to-
the places you want to pick.
Wanted to pick.
I don't have copies for
Can you
everybody.
tell us?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I have them all written
I
down.
can do a copy.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, she can make a copy for you.
Okay, great.
Mm,
Included in this are some of the ideas, and
Okay.
I've been dog parks all over the country. When I travel, I take my dogs. And the person who
We don't
does
need it
the
now.
dog park.
Yep, I'll do that.
Yes, yeah.
We'll all get a copy later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else for privilege on the floor? Go ahead.
My name is William McDermott, I live at 29 Swavey Street. A few weeks ago, I was driving down the road. It was Saturday morning. A rock flew off a water department truck. and broke my windshield. I stopped the driver. The driver swore at me, actually, and I don't have a problem with that. But when I brought it to the water department, I left 2 weeks worth of phone calls, never got a return. And then when I came into the water department, I was unceremoniously thrown out by Mr. Sosha, who then came down and tried to tell the police that I was squaring off with him for a fight. In the end, all I really want is my windshield fixed. I don't care about the personal conflict with him. I don't care about the guy that swore at me in the truck. I just want my window fixed. I tried to file a police report. The police said if it didn't equal $1,000, they wouldn't give me a report. It's $1,300. It's a Mercedes. So
Yeah, I would go file a police report then.
but I tried. The police won't help me.
You tried before we knew it was $1,000, but you just said it's $1,300.
It's $1,300.
Now,
Plus
after
installation.
you were told it was $1,000, come back in and we'll give you your report. Usually you fill out a civilian accident report if it's under $1,000.
I work 7 days a week. I don't have time.
I'm just telling you what
I
the law
understand.
says, that's all. So, but if you come back in, you've got that estimate with you, then we'll file your report.
All right.
And I believe there was a CR number created in our CAD system. It just wasn't an accident report that was done because it didn't know it was over $1,000.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other petitioners? Okay, we got some bid openings that we have to do tonight. One is for tree removal. We have one bid. Lumber Mac Incorporated bids $2,000 for a whole day of tree cutting, $250 per hour. We also have bid openings for heavy equipment. Two bids for
Is that the only bid on the tree?
this. It is, yeah, one bid.
Okay, one bid.
Seneca Stone Court.
Frank, there should come down some multiple different prices, and different price lines of what they do.
Okay. Not sure where it is in here though. They love insurance. So they have 8 different vehicles. They bid on 6 of those. I'm not gonna read all the different prices. Well, maybe I have to put it in. Excavator tracks, $160. Bulldozer, $160. These are hourly rates. Dump truck, $110 an hour. Roller, $130 an hour. Milling machine, $550 an hour. And paver, $350 an hour. That's percentage of stone. George Construction Service for excavator, $210 an hour, bulldozer, $225 an hour, dump truck, $140 an hour, roller, $165 an hour, milling machine, $150 an hour, backhoe, $165, and then $145 for a smaller one, and a paver, $335 an hour. I'll be turning these bids over to Jeremy to review them and make a decision. Hand them to you.
I'll need copies.
Yes.
Can I have approval to accept the minutes from the March meeting?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Second.
Jason. Okay, got motion for communications to be accepted, A through H.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried.
I got a question now on one.
Go ahead.
Just for Lisa, when are they gonna start again on that tank? That's sort of been idle. I go there periodically and there's no digging happening.
Yeah, so they took, since they
They don't
worked,
want the floor.
yeah, well, they did work through the mild winter, so they did do I think about a 2-week winter shutdown because they did not take a break through the winter. They got all the excavation done and they are back out there working on the subgrade.
And that pile of dirt that's just half the size of a mountain, what's gonna happen with all that dirt?
Let me double check with the design engineer on that, but I
That's all
believe
full
that
of
is
rocks
gonna
and
go.
stuff too. I mean, there's rocks, must weigh 400, 200
Yeah.
pounds. I mean,
If it's not suitable subgrade to be put back in, it'll be disposed off-site, and that would have all been part of the contract. But I can double check with Aaron and I can let you know.
it is a big mountain.
And next, we got special events. We're going to table the Seneca Falls Canal Fest. The AIDS Ride for Life, I'd like the motion to pass, but it will be pending they approve insurance. They didn't get that to us yet, so into that. But do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I just got this from the chief. We're going to talk about boards and committee projects. He just wants everybody aware for the 2024 solar eclipse, which will be on April 8th. Notice of expected traffic influx for solar eclipse. So these are some of the suggestions he wanted. He's going to put this out in the press too, but it's, consider adjusting your travel plans on April 8th, if it's possible, to avoid peak traffic times. If you need to commute or travel on that day, allow extra time for potential delays. Stay informed about road closures or alternate routes through local news channels or official municipal announcements. Be patient and courteous to fellow drivers and visitors who may be unfamiliar with our town roads. Okay, so there'll be more on that, but that's just a touch of base with you. Okay, a little bit about the stuff that's been going on. The Seneca Falls PD this month had an arrest of male for criminal sale, controlled substance second, Class A felony, and criminal possession, controlled substance third, Class B felony. This arrest was at one of the illegal smoke shops we have in town. It was a good arrest by them, and drugs and cash were recovered. For the PD, I also want to congratulate Sergeant Bethany Kidd for completing her police supervision course. I also want to congratulate Missy Jones and Justin Hillaw, both passed their test for rec director and assistant rec director. I want to report that the water department had a busy month repairing and replacing water mains. The highway department had been working hard ditching and removing fallen trees from creeks to help. Also, I want to thank both Jeremy of the highway department and Joe with the water department. The two of them have been working together with their crews to get projects done as a team, saving the town time and money. A little bit on some of the products that have been going on in the town. The water main replacement is still going on. Please, if they call you, set up an appointment so they can stay on top of this. Down at the water thing, we did have the intake pipe cleaned out. I don't think you got the full report yet back, but it looks like it was pretty dirty when they cleaned it. Local water revitalization plan is scheduled for April 25th at the rec center for community involvement. If you people, obviously you're here, so you're involved in town stuff. That's basically, it's a lot with the comprehensive plan, but you're going to go there and they're going to want people's input on what can be done. It's going to be a grant at some point. Right now it's just in the planning stage, so they want people's input on what they think would be good for property along the water that the town owns. So please try to make that day April 25th.
What time is that?
I knew you were going to ask that, I don't know. Do you know?
I think I do.
I think it was 5 o'clock, but I'm not sure. I want to keep you covered.
It is April 25th at
5, so it is 5 o'clock. So try to stop down. It'll be a lot like the comprehensive plan, and we would like, obviously, the town people's input on it. Okay, the DRI that we talked about a while, it still has several snags in it, but we are trying to keep it moving. Bid was high for the rec project, so we are going to rebid it in several projects, hopefully complete some of it. Bidding should be going out soon for the waterfront project. That is also part of the DRI. So So that's just a little bit brief stuff on some of the stuff that's going on, and hopefully we can keep some of these projects moving ahead. Any old business? We have SMI permit to operate. At this point, still have the complaints with the odor and stuff, so I suggest we table it again.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion on it? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Okay, we're going to new business now. We got a resolution for the new stair climber. It is a budget item for the rec center at a price of $9,999. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Okay, this is going to be a topic here. So everyone that's here has heard about the Bear Tree culvert for the last 4 years. There was someone, the board had really talked that we had some proof that the state owned it. State saying they don't own it. No one wants to take ownership of it. I think at this point, I'd like to ask the board to for the town to take ownership of it. We get in there, we get it done. Hopefully there's grants. I've talked to other people from the county, the state, the canal court, and an individual who owns part of the property goes under. And everybody's willing to help. I think with grants, we can get this properties out. If we sit on this any longer, it's going to be 4 more years. We're going to be looking at those orange barrels sitting on Bear Street, and it's never going to get resolved.
I'll make a motion to take ownership of the
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Got a resolution to replace a laborer for the highway department. Senate Paul somewhere does hereby authorize a change of title labor auto mechanic, his pay advance to $24.35. That's Dale Gibson. I think I touched on this last meeting. We're going to have start doing our own oil changes, our own brake work, and small repairs at the town barns with one of the person that was originally a laborer for the highway department. He's still going to do that, but when he has time, or when there's vehicles that need that, he's going to do that, trying to save the town money. So can I have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Got a resolution advertised for a part-time cemetery worker at $17 an hour. Workers, I'm sorry. That'll be mowing and weed whacking and taking care of the town, or the cemetery, I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So carried.
That's for, what are the ages for that? Because that changed, right, Jeremy?
The only thing I want to find out if we can use school-age kids. Like I said, I was told due to insurance policies and stuff like that, younger kids can't do like we did when we were children.
Right.
Work there.
That'd be a great summer job.
It really would be. But from my acknowledgement, because of the equipment and stuff like that, it's a fine line thing.
Can you let me know on
I
that?
will.
That'd be-
I want to call, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, the insurance lady out of,
Okay.
Molly
Molly
had.
had-
Molly had.
I want to call her and speak with her about it. That may be a great thing, we would get the kids back if we can.
Absolutely.
So I want to look into that.
Okay. Yeah, if you could let me know, that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All set?
Yep.
I have a resolution for the highway superintendent and the deputy highway superintendent highway school conference. It's in Ithaca.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Resolution to discontinue of DEC permit sales at the town clerk. We no longer be selling honey lights and fishing lights here. They're going to be, DEC setting up to be done online, and of course Walmart and Dixon then will still have it. Can I have a motion for that?
Make a motion. I'll second.
All in favor? Discussion, I'm sorry.
Discussion, yeah.
Go ahead.
How often do we even do those here now as it is?
Not often this time of year. My understanding,
But not often enough to offset the,
it's 2% of the total sales,
no, okay.
so it isn't,
That's
overall, you might make $600 in a year, maybe. I could look at it, and I don't think it was even $600 last year.
Okay.
And that's where we ran into all the shortage with clerk money last
Sure.
year. It's
Okay.
just not a good system with the
Then it
state.
makes sense to discontinue.
Okay. So, did we say all in favor? All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution for negotiation of contract with integrated systems for monthly on-site services.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Discussion?
So-
All in favor?
Oh, can we discuss something?
Yeah,
So
okay.
this is gonna be so you have access and you can get information on what you need.
So that someone will come here every single month and do
So when you need them. they'll come.
on-site service,
Why did I think that was already happening? That wasn't happening?
only if it was requested. So this will be one day a month that they will come here and do it.
But we don't have a contract with the county anymore.
Well, IT services, were we already using integrated? We had IT services, didn't we?
Only on the phone.
On the phone?
Like, you can request them to come out, but most of it is phone service.
Or you?
for me.
Okay. All right.
All in favor?
Well, Jeremy, now you'll be able to get your IT
Training.
too. You need your computer set up, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. A resolution to approve the issuance of request for proposal for installation of secure customer service window in municipal building and handicap access system for the municipal building and community center. That is not budgeted, but we believe will be covered by the, what grant was that?
ARPA.
The ARPA grant.
The what grant?
ARPA.
We have remaining ARPA funds that we have to spend this year, like somewhere around $100,000.
And we should have
That's
handicap
the
accessibility.
American Rescue Plan of the COVID money is what it's called.
Has there been motions yet so we can have discussion?
This is just proposal to
This
seek
is-
bids.
Yeah, just the
We're not-
bids.
I understand
I
that.
make a motion that we do it.
Okay. Is there a second? Second?
Okay, now
so
discussion.
So, where are we putting safety windows and all that stuff? So what's,
We're gonna put one for the water department and one for codes. I don't want one for my office, just those two offices, and then, we wanna put handicap here and then at the rec center where you push a button. Right now, someone in a wheelchair can't access it.
no, I understand that concept, I guess I can't vision, so they can't go into the offices anymore.
If they so let them in, I mean, that's their choice, I mean, but it's just to protect the employees, you know, they can pay through the window now for the water bill instead of.
There won't be one on the assessor?
The assessor and the, no, not the assessor. no.
Yeah, the assessor.
We did that too?
The
Okay,
assessor.
so yeah.
So where are they gonna go?
Yeah, assessor, not the codes, assessor.
You taking out the door, you taking out a window?
Just one of the windows there, and then it would just be like
Like the clerk's
glass, they
office?
slide it under, so, yes. That's, we're gonna get bids on it, that's all we're doing at this point, so you have a better idea when it happens.
I mean, what other things are included, like with this ARPA grant that we might be able to spend money on? Is it like, I don't know, what are the kind of guidelines around it, like?
There aren't very many.
Okay, gotcha.
Like, what else?
What about the
Yeah.
fountain
Point.
repairs?
What repairs?
The fountain repairs, we're at the old intermediate, the ARPA can be used for that as well, or?
They've already, well, technically, the county's already given us their ARPA money to do that. That was how the, but yes.
How come we're just finding out about the remainder of the money for the ARPA?
Because they changed the rules, literally, like, I don't know, a month ago or so.
But we're just finding out right now.
We're finding what out?
We're just finding out that we have that money, now that we're questioning where we're gonna get the money for the windows.
We don't actually, we have to do a better accounting of,
The ARPA was never really correctly used. We're trying to figure out now, for the last 3 years, where it was spent. We've been going through all the resolutions because we gotta show the state that we used it, or we gotta write them back. We got all the money. It wasn't put in a separate account like it probably should have. So it was being used, but we don't know if it's all been used. Because we're digging through all the resolutions at some point, we're trying to determine how much, because if we don't show we use it all, we have to give it back to the state. We certainly don't want to do that. So we are, the last 3 years, it just hasn't been documented where it was being used, so.
But to Jackson's question, what are other things it can be used on?
Just about anything, but we have to figure out how much we have left. That's the problem.
Well, I'd like to know how much is there.
We would
I
like
mean,
to
these
too.
are the things that I wanna see in your report, Pete. I mean, these are
This has been-
interesting things.
Right, but it's been going on for 3 years, it was never documented. It means, like we said in this resolution, it's ARPA money, and that wasn't said. Like, we thought the thing, what's highway department truck you got there? The VAT truck, but it was never in a resolution. That was supposed to be one of the purchases from ARPA, so we're trying to clarify.
No, we definitely didn't use ARPA money for that, because we had to respin it last year in the November meeting. And we used town.
So who decided to use it for these things?
We just got an email saying we had to use it up.
I understand, but if it can be used for just about anything, who decided to use it for?
These are products we need. I've had people request the handicap door, so.
I understand the handicap.
Right, and I have employees that request security out there, so that's what we're choosing. We're getting the bids, we're not voting on doing it yet, so this is just to get the bids. If we don't want to do it at this point, then we can vote it down. But I think getting the bids isn't going to hurt us.
No, it doesn't hurt us getting bids, but I think that these are things as a board that we should, one, know about ahead of time, know how much we have, and know what sort of things it can be used upon, because there's a lot of projects that we could do with funding for the town. And if we, as a board, aren't collectively know what we have together, then how can we make decisions? And you just present it just ahead of time and say, well, okay, we're limited on some things, but then I hear from you that we can use it on multiple different things, almost about anything. Well, it's a little confusing. Well, which one is it? I don't know, and then you don't know how much it is.
That's not us. I wasn't here when all these decisions were made, and it wasn't documented. It should have been in its own bank account and used like that, but it wasn't. So now we're trying to figure it out for 4 years back. Pete wasn't here 4 years ago either.
Pete was here for 2 years, and he's a town manager. And now
No,
you're the supervisor, but there's some responsibility here. And
We're
these
working on
are
it.
sort of the,
Can I have a motion to, we have the motion. All in favor?
no.
I mean, I'm in favor of getting the bids, but I'd also like to see what else as a board
I'll
might
be in
want to
favor
come up
of the
with.
bids, but
So
I'd like
passed.
to see what the,
You'll see it when it comes. 4-1, pass. I have a resolution for organic recycling solid waste grant. The town board authorized releasing these funds so the grant can be accepted and the town can commence with the recycling project. All in favor? Or any motion, please?
Make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution for support and authorization for the town of Seneca Falls 2020 New York State Consolidated Fund application. New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, Historic Preservation, Environment Protection Fund project for improvements to kids'
I'll
territory.
make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have a resolution authorizing the award of the large vehicle maintenance service contract with the Talmadge Tire and Empire Truck. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
We have discussion? I just want to know, like, what is the discretion as far as like discretion? Because I know Dale is going to be working on some things. Like, what's the discretion in terms of like the things that he's going to be working on versus what we're sending out?
He'll do everything he can, and if he can't do it, then he'll have to go out. If he's unable to, anything he's able to do, he will do. He's going to be our mechanic. But we have to have backup in case he's sick or not in or whatever's bad.
Okay.
Okay. I have a resolution authorizing the award of a small vehicle maintenance service contract with Talmadge Tire.
Wait, one second, I'm sorry, do we ever like technically vote on the large vehicle?
Yeah, we do.
We did?
We have to vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. I have a resolution authorizing the award of small vehicle maintenance service contract with Talmadge Tire. Have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Well, that was, these were all recommended by the P&L, right?
Yeah. Right, these are the best bids, but prior to the Jews. Resolution for the Community Rec Center Enhancement Secret Resolution intent to declare lead agency status. This is to do a secret for the water project at the rec center. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Yeah, who all's involved in this one? Is this through the rec center, is this through, I know Labella is involved, I tried contacting the engineer who put this together today. So there's a designation of a lead agency. I don't know if this is going to be what they call a coordinated review, where we send out notices to the other agencies involved, to comment, whether or not they have anything to say here. What is this, I mean, I know it's for improvements at the rec center and things like that, but is this, okay, so is this a DRI?
It is.
This is a DRI thing? All right, is this particularly time sensitive for today? Or is this supposed to be a lead agency today and then complete the seeker review next month?
I think it's just the lead agency that we're still
Okay.
discussing this morning.
Okay, so what I would recommend, you have the resolution there. There are 3 further resolves.
Yep.
Take out the last one. Just end it after determine the pros actually be unlisted, and that this board is the lead agency. See, the last one deals with the determination of whether there's any significant adverse environmental impacts. And well, one, I would like the board to review the project and review the information that's been submitted prior to making that determination.
So can I have a motion for the revised Community and Rec Center Enhancement Secret Resolution, removing further resolved that the town board has reviewed part 1 of the environmental assessment form along with supporting documentation as determined that the proposed action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impact.
I'll make a motion for the revision.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a resolution to purchase water main valves that there be resolved, the town board authorized purchase the 4 valves from FW Web Company for a total of $19,221.40. This is a budgeted item, and there is several bids here, and that was
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Wait, can I go back to the one that we did
Secret?
we took out that one paragraph?
Yeah.
What about the short environmental assessment form that's done?
Yeah, that's part 1. That's part 1. So the board would need to complete part 2 and part 3.
Oh, part 2,
And
okay. I didn't hear that.
That's not included from the engineers. And,
All right. I didn't
I
hear
figure out
part
why
1.
not. But so in the meantime, everybody can review what the project is and then the documents that we have, and we'll pick it up at the next meeting.
Okay.
All separate? Okay, I have a resolution here for easy valve installation. The town board authorizes to have an EJP Water Solutions in Syracuse install said valves for $1,800
I'll make a
for
motion.
6-inch valve.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Got a resolution here to purchase impellers for wastewater treatment plant.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Got a motion here to purchase 4 hydrants, fire hydrants for $14,093.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
So carried. I have a motion here to appoint Missy Jones as rec director effective immediately in passing their tests.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have a motion here to pass Justin Hillwall as assistant rec director for passing his test.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Congratulations to both of you. I have a letter here of resignation from Daniel Babbitt Sr. This letter is to inform you I am resigning from the HPC effective immediately at this time of day, April 1st, 2024. Quite honestly, I'm concerned about a Seneca Falls committee that embraces litigation over cooperation. On a different note, I'm submitting a request to our clerk where I volunteer to join either planning, ZBA, or recreation. Thank you. Sincerely, Daniel Babbitt Sr.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
So carried.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
I have a motion for payment of the bills.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You want to word that?
I would like to accept the tree bid as a front, get it, but I put into this little, but the tree bid.
Can you give me the tree bid?
Tree bid, I'd like to include this, we got a lot of trees that.
Okay, so we have the bidding for the trees. So Lumber Mac Incorporated, can I have a motion to accept the bids and hire them as our
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You got your tree cutters.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to make a motion to go to executive session, just for one discussion related to proposed pending or current litigation, and for medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or relating to an appointment, promotion, demotion, discipline, or removal. Okay, I have a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I invite the complete town board, our town manager, and our town attorney. I expect no action when we come out, folks, so you can wait if you want, but there should be no action except we have the 4 and 6. Thank you, everyone, for coming.